All right, so we've got some big stuff happening right now in the NFL. The big news this morning, Derek Carr possibly reaching an agreement with the New Orleans Saints as early as today. And then there's a lot of speculation. Will that trigger Aaron Rodgers going to the New York Jets? Let's first discuss Derek Carr and his fit with the New Orleans Saints. And the first thing I want to say, the salary cap is a joke. The salary cap is a myth, guys. The Saints are in salary cap hell literally every year. They're going to pay Derek Carr $30 million because they're defaulting all this money and converting it all to signing bonuses. It is hilarious. At what point do the Saints stop getting away with this? But guys, in all honesty, I think this is a good move for Derek Carr's career. Little risky considering Michael Thomas. We don't know what he's looking like. Is he going to finally be healthy and at least able to contribute as a possession receiver? Alvin Kamara, he's dealing with that legal issue, but they do have Chris Olave. They are in a very winnable division, possibly the worst division in the NFL, and they are in a dome, so it's going to be, fine in terms of the weather and stuff like that. So Derek Carr possibly going to the Saints, which, I had wondered, what are the Saints going to do? They've got Taysom Hill. The Jameis Winston, Andy Dalton thing was super weird. Can someone fill me in on the Jameis Winston situation? Because it seems like Jameis Winston was better than Andy Dalton, but Jameis Winston got healthy and then Andy Dalton was still starting. So, was it just, did they think Andy Dalton was better? Kind of seems, it seems weird. But either way, that is interesting news. And then take a look at what was trending because of it. Rodgers to the Jets. How does something trend with 1,500 tweets? And then how about shout out Sam Bradford, who announced he's making a comeback and he has signed a fully guaranteed 5-year contract with the Cleveland Browns. I'm kidding. But no, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. It seems one of two things is going to happen. The Packers seem sick and tired of Aaron Rodgers. Looks like they're going to roll with Jordan Love. And Rodgers is either retiring or he's getting traded to the Jets. But at this point, everyone's saying he's so devalued, the Jets might only have to give up a second-round pick to get Aaron Rodgers. So that is the speculation. Aaron Rodgers retiring or to the Jets in a trade if he wants to keep playing. At this point, the whole thing with the Packers, it just feels like a charade. Every year we do this with Aaron Rodgers where we have to wait 5 months for his decision. But when it does come, it feels like it's going in the direction of either a retirement by Aaron Rodgers or he will be getting traded for a second-round pick and maybe a third-round pick to the Jets. And the Jets become a very fun team because they've got that young nucleus, Breece Hall. We'll have to see how he comes off of injury. They also do have Garrett Wilson as a young superstar receiver along with a young solid defense led by a superstar shutdown cornerback. So that would be great news for the Jets and that would finally get them contending. We'll have to see if that ends up happening though. It's like the domino. If Derek Carr goes to the Saints, the next domino after that could be Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. We will see. And then how about this? If the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, should they double down on their own win now mindset and trade the 13th overall pick for DeAndre Hopkins? The hell? You're not gonna be trading a first round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. What you would be doing, it's looking right now like the Cardinals want a second-round pick. That is their asking price. Will they actually get that considering DeAndre Hopkins' current cap hit, the fact that he was suspended last year, he's getting up there in terms of age. I think he's got like a $31 million cap hit. I would say they're probably going to get a third and a sixth or maybe a third and a fifth for DeAndre Hopkins unless a team really wants to splurge, possibly a team like the Giants or a team like the Chicago Bears who want to get young help for their young quarterbacks. But yeah, if you are the Jets, you think about that. Garrett Wilson, DeAndre Hopkins, Aaron Rodgers, young running backs. That's That's a potent offense. You want to go all in, but you are going super old with both Rodgers and DeAndre Hopkins. But at this point, beggars can't be choosers. The Jets have been so bad for so long. Maybe it's time you just say, screw it, let's just go for it. I mean, we're only giving up second and third round picks anyways. We already got a superstar lockdown cornerback, a really good young running back, and a superstar young receiver. You might as well go for it. Yesterday, the running backs ran the 40-yard dash, and everyone was looking, what would Bijan Robinson run? He runs a 4.46. That's perfectly fine. As long as it's not like a 4.6 or anything like that, Bijan is going to be a superstar in the NFL. Teams are having a really hard time evaluating where Bijan should go because the running back position has become so devalued in terms of the NFL. But I've maintained the prediction that Bijan Robinson will go somewhere mid-first round with a team trading up to get him. I'm thinking anywhere from pick like 13 through 20. That's kind of Bijan Robinson's range where someone's going to end up trading up and getting Bijan. And it was kind of an interesting, thought. Will the Dallas Cowboys actually franchise tag Tony Pollard? I think it's a $10 million tag. That is such a tough decision because the Cowboys' current situation with their cap, Dak Prescott taking up so much of it. It's not Dak's fault. I think it's the Cowboys' fault for not extending Dak earlier and getting him in kind of a better deal. You always want to extend your quarterback as early as possible so you don't end up in a Baltimore Ravens situation where now you're basically overpaying. Same thing with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. These guys are just going to threaten to hold out if they get franchise tagged until they get a new massive contract. You should do what the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. Extend him 2 years early because the NFL cap is going to keep going up and up and up. And now Patrick Mahomes is like the 7th or 8th paid quarterback in the NFL, and you still have him under contract for more years, so that contract will keep getting more devalued as the cap keeps going up. You always want to extend your franchise quarterback as early as possible. This is why the Chargers should be looking at extending Justin Herbert, and the Jacksonville Jaguars should be looking at extending Trevor Lawrence as early as possible. When it comes to these running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, I was concerned about his height. Apparently, Jahmyr Gibbs is 5'9". I thought he would have measured 5'10 and a half, 5'11". I'm surprised he's that small. He did run pretty well. The running back that I would absolutely love, there's actually 2 running backs mid-round, Zach Charbonnet and Chase Brown. Both going to be steals, both going to be beasts, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, whatever it is. We saw Isaiah Pacheco go in the 7th and be a beast. You can get running backs basically whenever. That's why teams are really hesitant to invest a first-round asset on a guy like Bijan Robinson, even though we all know he is an absolute beast. This class has more legit prospects who are size outliers than any I can remember. Guys, I did not realize Tank Dell was 5'8", 165. Dude, that's going to cost him 2 rounds. Deuce Vaughn is 5'5". We knew Deuce Vaughn was small, but I actually like Deuce Vaughn. I really do. I think Deuce Vaughn's going to be a very good scat back, maybe an Austin Eckler type in the 5th or 6th round, depending. But yeah, that's pretty crazy, the overall measurements on some of those guys there. This is a hilarious stat. In his first 6 NFL seasons, Saints' Taysom Hill has made around $33 million. In his first 5 seasons, Lamar Jackson has made the exact same. And obviously, that's because Taysom Hill has already gotten his 2nd contract. Lamar Jackson is probably going to get $50 million per year, basically fully guaranteed. But it is still funny that Taysom Hill and Lamar Jackson have basically been paid the exact same. Again, we all understand that Taysom Hill already got another contract. Blake Freeland, the offensive tackle for BYU, what an impressive performance yesterday at the Combine. Really good stuff. He's going to be a steal mid-round pick. Someone's going to get a steal with Blake Freeland. He's going to be a starting offensive tackle in the NFL for a while. And then how about Paris Johnson Jr.? Really far and away the number one offensive tackle in this class, far and away. Peter Saransky, unfortunately, the other offensive tackle that was kind of in contention earlier this month, or, we were kind of thinking it was either Paris Johnson Jr. or Peter Saransky. Saransky did not measure well. It's looking more and more like Saransky could be a guard in the NFL with his overall stature. So Paris Johnson Jr. really solidifying himself as a potential top 10 pick. You look at a team like Tennessee, I believe they're picking number 11 or wherever they are. Tennessee is also, one of the things I've seen, a lot of mock drafts having Tennessee trade up for Will Levis or CJ Stroud. So that's something that's interesting that's going on. Of course, the overall reaction with Anthony Richardson, I think we need to wait for that Anthony Richardson hype to die down as we get further and further away from the combine. I'm guessing the Anthony Richardson hype is going to get cooled, and you're going to see a quarterback battle develop between Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Who's this quarterback one? Who trades up to the number one overall pick and picks one of these guys? And then Will Levis being the third quarterback, and then Anthony Richardson. I think all those guys are going inside of the top 10 more than likely. It's just the overall order. Right now, I would say Stroud should go 1, Bryce Young 2, Will Levis 3, Anthony Richardson 4. That's my current prediction on that. But we all know the big news today, Derek Carr possibly going to the Saints, which could trigger Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. We'll have to see what happens there. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.